Yes. A few weeks ago, our office received an offer for free books. Now, most of the time I don't get too thrilled about reading books, so I didn't pay much attention to it. But anything that says free on it, I'm going to take a second look at it. So as I reviewed it a second time, I became very interested in that offer. And the reason why I became interested was because the offer came directly from the director of the county's Department of Human Assistance, where Kamal and I work at. So he was offering free books, work in the same building. So, well, this is a great opportunity to go talk to him in person and let him know I'm ready for that next big promotion anytime he's ready for it. And I thought, well, let's go over there, pick out a book or two and be on my way. Well, he did most of the talking, of course, and he recommended all of these books that he had. Instead of walking away with one or two, I ended up coming back with 6 or 7 books. And you know I'm not going to read them all. So what am I going to do with all these books? Well, I could use them for a Toastmaster speech. So here we go. One of the books is called Crucial Conversations. It also has a subtitle, Tools for Talking When Stakes Are High. And it's written by several guys, Patterson, Grenny, McMillan, and Switzler. And also, probably heard of Stephen Covey. He wrote that book of 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. He wrote the foreword on this book. So I look at this and this would be a good topic to speak about at our Toastmasters meeting. I'm not going to give you all the details in the book. I'm just going to touch on the highlights and summarize the major points. And at the end, I'll give you an example of what they have in the book. First off, what is a crucial conversation? Well, the book says it's a discussion between 2 people or more where the stakes are high, emotions are high, and there are several different strong opinions. And in my definition, that's an awkward moment when you want to say something and you better be careful how you say it. Of course, also, when you have these critical or crucial conversations, you have 3 options. Of course, the first one, is my favorite, is to avoid them. The second one, probably the most popular, is to face it and handle it poorly. And the third one, which we all desire, is to handle it, face it, and handle it well. And that's what this book is all about. In order to do so, we're going to need our IQ and our EQ. I've never heard of EQ before, but according to the book, that's emotional intelligence. The first thing to do for crucial conversations is you want to create a dialogue. You want to talk to each other and have a sharing of ideas, meanings, and understanding. Just an open conversation, nice and safe and secure, just get things started. Another thing is, when we get into those crucial conversations, where do we go from there? Where do we start? Well, the first thing is to start with the heart and focus on goals. Just speak like you normally would, try to talk from your heart, but remember you want to accomplish some goals in these crucial conversations. And there's 3 goals. One, there's a goal for yourself, there's a goal for the others, and there's a goal for the whole organization or the whole family. But in dialogue and conversations, the topics could go a lot of different places and you get away from those goals. So at every opportunity, you want to try to get that conversation, that dialogue going back to reaching those goals. Of course, you have to remember the only person you can control is yourself. You can't control other people. But most time, if you could control yourself, most likely other people will control themselves also. Of course, one of the main goals is to have a mutual purpose. Of course, I have a goal, they have a goal. We want to end up having a common goal. I'm going to do something, they're going to do something, and as a whole, we're going to do something and reach a common purpose. Of course, in doing that, you also have to show you're concerned about others' goals, their interests, and their values. It's not just one-sided. And you have to try to see the other people's point of view and try to understand their side. And part of doing that, you're going to need to share some facts and stories, but don't share opinions, just facts and real stories. Listen, Listen well and review the information. As you hear people talk, say, well, that's what I think I heard you say. You might get a clear understanding. And at the end, we're going to have the group is going to decide on what action to take. So in a quick summary, to have a successful, crucial conversation is to create a dialogue, start with your heart and focus on goals, seek a mutual purpose, listen and review, decide to take action, and lastly, make sure you follow up on taking that action. So the example I'm going to give here now is what I read in the book. Let's say, in this example, they said the managers and supervisors had a meeting. They were going to decide where they're going to move their office to. They could move across the town, out of state, or even out of the country. Whatever's going to be the best for the organization. Well, there were two executives who gave their ideas. People had some questions. He answered all the questions, got feedback, got everything covered. And then the one person, the CEO, the person in charge, he gave up his idea, his opinion. Of course, it was not a very good idea. It was going to be very costly. It was going to be a major disappointment. It was not a very good decision. And he was trying to push his decision onto everybody else. So the guy who, the expert in this crucial conversation, he said this, "Hey Chris, can I check something out with you?" It didn't tell the whole story, but it said in a roundabout way, the guy told the CEO that he was using his power to move the offices into his hometown. That the CEO appeared to be violating their decision-making guidelines they had agreed upon in the past. So it was not the CEO's decision to make, it was a group's decision to make. And fortunately, the CEO acknowledged that he was forcing his opinion onto others and agreed to back up and go over all the options with everybody one more time. Instead of making a huge mistake, the one person calmly talked to the CEO and changed a course of action which saved the business. And if you'd like more information, you don't have to read the book. There's also a website called www.crucialconversations.com. Mr. Toastmaster.
Another brilliant speech and a lot of great messages therein. Ken, you made me buy that book.
Oh.
I will buy it. I really need that. So Toastmaster and Gate, we have very good speeches, great speeches today. Let's give them, these speakers, a big round of applause. The next round, we will be transitioning in is table topics round. But before that, I would like you to take a minute break and give some feedback to Ken. Can we get the timer's report, please?
Yes. Jeff spoke for 5 minutes and 29 seconds within the limit. Ken spoke for 7 minutes and 35 minutes, not in the limit. Flip it over.
Okay, thank you. Come on. The next The next thing is table topics, which is the most exciting and the most scary. That's why I don't participate that much. That's what I always avoid. But I encourage you, and to conduct that, our table topics master is my friend, my coworker, Tariq Chechi. Please help me out.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmasters. First, let me just briefly explain the purpose of